Welcome back to your daily dose. Again, my name is Robert, my pal Susan, and we're talking all things day one, turning Parkinson's disease inside out, our new program starting on January 29th. Check the link below to sign up if you'd like to join us. Again, open to everybody. Susan, you mentioned in particular the hero's journey map, wanting to give a little look at
Yeah,
that. Is that correct?
yeah. If we're opening it, turning PD inside out to those beyond the PD world, let's show them what we play with here.
So
And
there's the map. Can you see that okay? I just want to make sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
This is the daily dose first. There's no reason we can't do this, but this is featured on our website, which is yesandexercise.org, and it's the day one page. And here is that map that Susan mentions, the hero's journey. What in particular did you want to point out or call out about it? What are you feeling?
This adventure, which sharing with the world, it can apply to anything beyond Parkinson's even. Uh, Typically, life goes through stages somewhat close to this order, not exactly always, but as we go through these steps in stages, we get stronger, we get smarter, we get challenged, we deal with something deeply buried, and we unearth it and figure out what it is, and have become more of a person ourselves, and we land right back up at the top in the ordinary world, which is now no longer the same because we're not the same.
Right, right. Yeah,
And we're going to be exploring that through the emotional window this time instead of through the freedom window.
that's
So we,
right. So the motif of the Parkinson's prison was the idea of Parkinson's feeling like a self-imposed prison, not just the physical manifestation, but the mental and psychological uh, things that when we lock ourselves up based on I can't type statements and limit. This really has the idea of being a broader exploration in the sense of this is emotions and how do they impact and or affect, and really getting, because we certainly dive into emotions in the writing. I constantly am encouraging you all to do it, but now we've got a specific film, number one, and we've got some excellent well-researched writing in Brene Brown's work, number two, against this hero's journey. And so just briefly for those who haven't seen it, I'll go through that. Like Susan mentions, the ordinary world is the first step. It's what we believe when we're starting off. The call to adventure is the thing that sets us in motion, whatever that thing is. It says something's about to change. The refusal of the call is often when the hero, and each of us are the heroes of our own journey, simply denies the opportunity for whatever reason, fear, doubt, anything else. And then four, when the hero meets the mentor, they find, oh, there's possibility here, more intrigue gets laid on. And finally, to the point where all that momentum says, we're going to cross the threshold and leave the familiar into this unfamiliar special world. And that's where you begin to become the new you, and you face tests, allies, and enemies, and you realize there's something that you're going to have to face. You identify a thing you want, and you identify something you're scared of, and then you face those things here, the juxtaposition of the two in the ordeal. Somehow you get through it in whatever fashion, and you get a reward, seizing of the sword in King Arthur terms, and then you head back. You go back to the familiar, but on the way back, something has to leave you, and that's where there's a resurrection. Something has to die, and it's a belief system in storytelling. Sometimes there's a physical character who goes away at this point. And then when you get to step 12, this return with elixir, like Susan said, you get back to the ordinary world, the familiar place. But whether or not it's changed, you've certainly changed. Your perspective of it has changed, and you recognize, oh, that journey is for the people in the ordinary world. I'm now here to help the people for whom I went on the journey. And that's
and
it.
you didn't make this up. This is
No,
a classically understood pattern of stories being told.
that's right. And it's Joseph Campbell's work. We credit him first and foremost. And really the neat thing is too, what I like about it is, he wasn't, and I certainly am not dogmatic to the point of saying these are the 12 stages. This 12 stage is a version of it done by Chris Vogler. Totally credit him for the writer's journey. That's one version of it. And, again, the stages don't have to happen in exactly that order. That's just what we present. The more you do it, the more you recognize you could tell this. It's entirely flexible any way you wanted. You could start the story in the road back. You could start the story at the ordeal. You could not have all the elements. Totally flexible. It reminds me of some of the best martial arts training, right? When the master returns after completing the black belt, they now have to go back to the very beginning and deconstruct the journey and retake all the training once again. That's the same thing here.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's a great
Well, that's your daily dose. We'll see you on the next one.